I think the New York Giants have one of the brightest futures out of any team in the NFL. And I'll tell you exactly why I think that in just a second. But super quick, massive shout out to Suck for the suggestion of today's video. Elite name, go drop them a sub. Their link is in the description. And of course, if you want a shout out just like that one, all you gotta do is let me know what team to do next. And then of course, when I pick your comment, I'll give you a shout out, tell everyone to go sub to you. I'll rebuild the team you want me to. And of course, it helps me know what y'all want to see next, so it's a win-win-win. But we very easily hit the like and sub goal on the last video. At least I'm assuming we hit the like goal because y'all are goated, but again, I'm recording this right after the last rebuild. So let's again shoot for 250 likes and 3,300 subs. We're only like 30 subs away from 3,300, so if you subscribe and like, well, first of all, you'll get banger rebuilds like this suggested to you more, and you know it'll help the channel grow too. So I would appreciate if you did both of those a ton. But last thing, turn on notifications to make sure that you never miss one of these rebuilds, because of course the grind definitely ain't stopping. I'm gonna be uploading a ton more of these through the off season and into next year, of course, so be ready for all those. But that's enough plugging. Like always, get your drinks, get your snacks, get whatever, get your Saquon Barkley thigh picks, or quad picks, I guess, and let me tell you why I think this Giants team has one of the best futures out of any team in the NFL. For starters, you have one of the best head coaches in the NFL in Brian Daboll. Now, of course, here we're upgrading at the head coach position because we have the GOAT, Mikey McDingle, but in a real life standpoint, you know, Brian Daboll, amazing head coach. I don't think it would be too controversial to say he is the best. I would like to see more success, but he has been fairly successful so far with a pretty not great team, so I'm definitely sold. You have one of the best running backs in the NFL in Saquon Barkley. You have some good young offensive linemen here in Andrew Thomas, one of the best tackles in the NFL, John Michael Schmitz, and Evan Neal, who was very bad as a rookie, but I think he will be very good. He was my favorite player overall in the 2022 class. I thought he was a very safe player. I don't know why the hell he was so bad as a rookie, but I do think he will rebound. The main problem with this team is that you're kind of lacking a number one receiver, but you added Darren Waller, who will definitely help that. He's a very good receiving option. I hate that he's wearing number 12, but you do you, Darren. But assuming he can stay healthy, he should be a very good tight end. Your receiving core, you have so many goddamn young receivers that I expect at least one of them to work out. I loved Isaiah Hodgins coming out of Oregon State, and towards the playoffs and in the playoffs last year, he did look very good. So maybe he can break out this year. I don't know. You have Wan'Dale Robinson, who you drafted last year. You signed Paris Campbell. I mean, there definitely aren't any stars in this receiving group, but there are some who could become a star. And speaking of potential stars in the receiving group, a guy who wasn't even showing up on that screen is Jalen Hyatt. I am gonna be honest, I thought he was an overrated prospect when he was getting mocked into like the first round, but getting him in the third is great value. Obviously a speedy receiver. I am a little concerned with his route tree and his kind of lack of, I guess, just get off. I guess acceleration is the better term, but if you can tap into that speed and just use him basically the same way he was used at Tennessee, I think he could be a really good player. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Dexter Lawrence emerged as one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL last year. I loved the Deonte Banks pick. I thought that was a steal at the end of the first. I would be fine with him like borderline top 10. Is the number 69 ranked corner here. Nice. But yeah, I think he'll be a stud here, but then again, I thought Evan Neal would be a stud in his rookie year, and he definitely was not, so we'll see. You drafted Kayvon Thibodeau very high last year too. I even forgot about that. I mean, they literally drafted my top two players last year in Evan Neal and Kayvon Thibodeau. You signed Bobby Okereke this year. I liked that signing a lot. I mean, this is just an overall really solid team. There are definitely some holes. I'm concerned with your safety depth. I don't know what's going on here, but we'll see. And your linebacker depth isn't great, but linebacker doesn't really matter anyways. Oh, and I didn't even talk about Daniel Jones. Maybe it's for the best, because I'm a little bit of a Daniel Jones hater, I guess. I mean, I didn't love the re-signing of him for like $40 million a year. I would have been fine if it was like 30, even like 32, 33, but 40 mil for a guy that has had like countless chances and finally looked okay. And then you're like, yep, we'll give him a ton of money. He doesn't really even have the most upside in the world. He could be like a Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott type, but I have a hard time seeing him progress past that. that, I don't want to like completely shit on him, but I'm just not that big of a fan. I don't even want to say you necessarily could have upgraded, because I don't know what you would have done this offseason, but he might turn into a good player here. We'll see. You never know. But that's a lot of talking about this team. I actually want to get into the rebuild of this team. So with that, I'll rearrange the depth chart. I'll get some of the younger players starting, and I'll see y'all at the mid-season point of year number 1. All right, well, we have a wide receiver mentorship. It's going to be Sterling Shepard mentoring Isaiah Hodgins. That's not who I thought he would be mentoring, but we'll take it. Kind of wish it was like Hyatt or something, but let's go medium routes, I guess. That works. I don't remember what our scheme is, but that's always the safe pick I take if I don't know what the scheme is, which, hey, I never really do because I'm stupid, but it is what it is. And we have a training camp standout for Kayvon Thibodeau. Let's go play recognition, I guess. That's definitely a massive upgrade. Now that I think about it, I rarely see him do well in this game, but hopefully he can here. We'll see. All right, well, at the mid-season point of year number 1, we are 4-3. Now, typically, when you lose your first game of the season, like we did, 31-21 to the Titans, it's normally a bad sign, and things typically go way downhill from there, but we are actually good here at 3-4, of course. We have some upgrades here, though. If y'all didn't know, I typically do turn upgrades off now, the auto upgrades, I mean, just because I actually like to spend them and make all the players' scheme fits and stuff. Also, I've said it a million times, I'll say it again. If you want man coverage for your corner, always go slot. You can get up to like 4 or 5 in one upgrade. But overall, definitely a much better start to the first year than I expected. I mean, this isn't a great overall team. It's just a team that has a lot of potential with a really good head coach, so that's why I think they'll be good. But we're only a 78 overall. That's probably like an 80 now with all the upgrades, but yeah, 79, close enough. So we'll get there in terms of overall. I'm just happy to see that with not even a great team, we're doing pretty well. I also love the realism of Madden, that the Commanders are 4-3, but the Eagles are 1-5. Makes sense. I love this game. Oh, so we actually have a re-signing for Saquon Barkley. I kind of forgot about that. Well, we're definitely going to bring him back. 5 years, 54 mil sounds good to me. He is very interested in the team, so I do expect him to take this. What? I typically don't say anything like that could jinx the player like re-signing or not, but of course the one time I do say it, the player rejects us. Well, that's fun. But that'll be fine. He just wants more years, but that's weird. I've never seen a player with that high of interest reject. That's weird as fuck. Sterling Shepard, he's good, but in real life he's kind of injury prone now, and he's older. Isaiah Hodgins, I do want back, I guess. He's not all that interested though. We'll offer him player friendly, 4 years, 26.4 mil. He takes it. Okay, cool. Darius Slayton's a little redundant. I mean, we have Jalen Hyatt, we have Paris Campbell, who isn't like exactly the same type of player, but we have other deep threats. I think we're good there. There are more re-signings than I really expected. Also, Darius Slayton might be under a longer contract in real life, but who cares? I'm not going to re-sign him. So we'll re-sign Saquon. We'll just do it at the end of the year. We'll up the years. But with that, let's get to the end of year number 1, and let's see how this team can finish. All right, well, in year number 1, we unfortunately did miss the playoffs, going 8-9. Not great, but it's not a great team yet. We're still only an 80 overall. We might be a little higher after the upgrades, but it's probably about an 80. I don't know why the hell I went to roster instead of a just lineup. I need to sleep or something, but yeah, it is still an 80 overall, so it's not the best overall team in the world yet, but we'll be getting there. Also, I forgot Evan Neal has superstar dev in this game, which I do think is fair. I do think he will be a really good player eventually. We'll just have to wait and see, though. And then, are there any other hidden? Oh yeah, there was Kayvon Thibodeau. I don't know why he has star. That doesn't really make sense to me. He's a really high upside guy too, but it is what it is. But let's check out some of the season stats for your... dude, those are some interesting playoffs. The Texans, the Broncos, the Titans, the Commanders, the Falcons, and the Cardinals in the playoffs. Okay. I don't know about that one, but fair enough. Daniel Jones was honestly not that good. 3,800 yards, 24 touchdowns, 16 picks. I mean, for real life, that's okay. Bordering on not great because the completion percentage was pretty bad, but for Madden, that's honestly a pretty bad season. Saquon Barkley was good, 1,400 yards, 5.3 per carry, 15 touchdowns, good season for him. Receiving, Wan'Dale Robinson with 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Isaiah Hodgins almost 1,000 yards as well with 8 touchdowns. Jalen Hyatt, I did have him starting in the slot, which is interesting, but only 750 yards and 2 touchdowns for him as a rookie. I was hoping for more touchdowns than that, but apparently not. And Darren Waller, only 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. I mean, I don't know if this is a good offensive playbook or not, because those are low passing stats. I mean, I know we had a better record than I expected, but it wasn't like a whole lot better than I expected. It was just 8-9, so we'll see. Evan Neal was not very good as a rookie. Andrew Thomas was pretty bad too, considering his overall, and for real life, that would be a horrible season, but for Madden, 10 sacks at left tackle isn't even bad. Josh Ezeudu at left guard is who I started, and he allowed 6 sacks. John Michael Schmitz was good, and Mark Lewinsky joins the all-castration team, former Seahawks, so love to put him there. He was pretty terrible with the Seahawks, but broke out as soon as he left, and he is a new member of the all-castration team. Love to see it. And then on defense, tackles, Bobby Okereke led the team with 118, and Micah McFadden, who I played as the LB2, got 115. He might be up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year, even though he isn't technically a rookie anymore. Dexter Lawrence led the team with 20 tackles for loss, 14 for Kayvon Thibodeau, 10 for Azeez Ojulari and Leonard Williams, and then sacks, 10 for Dexter Lawrence led the team, 7.5 from Kayvon Thibodeau, who had a pretty solid year, and then 6.5 for each Azeez Ojulari and Leonard Williams. Interceptions, 3 for Adoree Jackson led the team, 2 for Okereke and Darnay Holmes, who I started in the slot. The good thing about this team is they have a ton of depth, especially at like receiver, corner. I guess that's mostly it, to be honest. Those are like the only 2 positions where they really have depth, but I might have also said earlier in this rebuild that they don't have depth, which now that I'm thinking about it, they kind of don't, but at those 2 positions, they definitely have a ton of like starting caliber players. At least I think. Azeez Ojulari got an interception for some reason, and then a few other players had one, including Deonte Banks, who had a pretty good rookie year, not terrible. But let's check out the early awards. MVP goes to Russell Wilson, which, hey, may be realistic. I'm going to be 100% honest. He was my prediction for MVP this past year. I did not expect that Russell Wilson, who I thought was held back by coaching in Seattle, would go to a team led by Nathaniel Hackett, who gave Aaron Rodgers his best season in a long time. I did not expect that Russell Wilson would fail there. I thought he would be amazing. I thought he would be like MVP level. I was very, very wrong, but with Sean Payton in there now, we'll see. You never know. Of course, Bryce Young would be up there right after I did a rebuild of the Panthers, and he kind of sucked in my rebuild. CJ Stroud also up there. The rookies play really well for some reason. Maybe I juiced them too much. I don't know. I didn't make them crazy overalls. I mean, even after development, they're only 80 and 77 overall. I don't know. Carson Wentz on the Falcons up there. That's fun. Offensive Player of the Year goes to the white boy Cooper Kupp. I've been doing a ton of NFC teams lately, so we're seeing him a lot. No Giants, I don't think. I'm kind of surprised to not see Saquon up there, but it is what it is. And then Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald, as per usual. Nope, this isn't the Panthers anymore. No Giants up here. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bijan Robinson. No Giants, unfortunately, no Jalen Hyatt up there. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Quay Walker. I never see him win that. That's really interesting. Kayvon Thibodeau at number 3. It looks like Jack Campbell is the actual Defensive Rookie of the Year, because Quay Walker is not a rookie anymore. And then no other Giants up here. So definitely a good season. We're just obviously hoping for better in the future. And if our offense is bad again this next coming season, I'll definitely switch the playbook. I just don't want to give up on it yet, because it has only been 1 year, but I feel like I've talked way too much in this first season. Let's get into the off season. This is going to be like a 30-minute first year. That's great. No, my prediction is it will edit down to 18 minutes and 24 seconds. I'm probably not right, but if I am, then I'm the GOAT. But in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs take down the 49ers in a Super Bowl rematch, 41-21. I mean, those honestly are kind of like 2 of my least favorite teams, but I am happy to see the Chiefs beat the 49ers at the very least. I don't hate the Chiefs that much, at least their team. Their fan base is just a little annoying. I'm sorry if you're a Chiefs fan. I'm sure you're the exception. And then for the 49ers, same deal, but worse. I've never met a civil 49ers fan, like dead ass. Now that I pissed everyone off, let's get into re-signings. And we're going to have obviously a big one coming off of a pretty good season in Saquon Barkley. I think he just wanted more years, so 6 years, 64.8 mil, and he takes it. I mean, worst case scenario there, we would have just franchise tagged him. I kind of think 6 years is too long for him at 26 years old at this point, but we're not going to be here for 6 years anyways, so who cares? And then everybody else, I think we are good. It's just kind of depth here. So let's get into free agency with a decent amount of money to work with. I mean, 78 mil is not bad, and let's see what we can do. I don't expect much to be here as per usual in year one, but maybe. I also do kind of want to check, did we get any dev ups this year? I doubt it. Maybe like Adoree Jackson, maybe, but nobody really did like super well. None on offense, and then, okay, no, none on defense. So that does kind of dictate what I think I'm gonna do. There is a reason behind that. We're gonna go for two interesting players here. It's gonna be Michael Thomas, who we're gonna have to overpay pretty bad. It's gonna be like 27 mil per year, which I don't really love that, but he's a good overall here. I like him in real life. I think he's way overhated. I've said that multiple times in rebuilds. He's actually good when he's actually on the field. There's no guarantee we get him because the Panthers, the team I just rebuilt, are also interested. I've actually done all 5 of those teams here within the last month, which is really interesting. I don't know exactly last month, but recently. And then Myles Jack is going to be the other player we're going to go for. The reason I was checking dev traits is to see if Micah McFadden got a dev trait, but he did not. If he did, I might not have gone Myles Jack, but we'll try to get him. We do have the lead, so I will probably get him, although I did jinx it earlier, and I jinxed it in the last rebuild. I don't know why I'm mentioning the last rebuild so much, but I said, hey, we're probably going to get this player because we have the lead, and then we didn't. I can't remember who it was, though. But let's see if either of these two sign. They both signed, and we get both of them. We get Michael Thomas and Myles Jack. Now, you know, the last big-name receiver the Giants signed, we kind of know how that went with Kenny Golladay, but hopefully it's not a repeat. I mean, we'll see what happens. I hope not, but you never know. And then Myles Jack, I think, will be a good upgrade at linebacker. I mean, linebacker doesn't really matter. It kind of does in Madden, though. So I think those are two pretty big additions. And this team immediately looks a lot better. All right, well, here in the draft, we have the 15th overall pick. The Dolphins somehow have the number 1 overall pick. What happened? They have a really good roster, so I'm surprised to see that. Like, really good. One of the best. So I have no idea how they have the number 1 overall pick, but it is what it is. What are they going to do with it? I don't even know what they need. They go with, that makes sense, Andy Stewart, a good tackle. That's definitely their one position of weakness. But with the 15th overall pick, what do we want to do? Sean Graham. I think I was looking at that guy. Damn it. It's actually kind of tough. We're already almost out of, like, glaring needs. This is already a really good team. I guess we could go with a defensive lineman. Sean Barrett looks pretty good. He had a really good combine. His ratings aren't, like, super amazing, though, so I don't know, and I don't know how he would transition out to defensive end. But, I mean, really, that's the main guy I'm looking at, unless there's, like, a trade down opportunity. I mean, guard, there isn't really anyone here, and there's a guy I'm looking at in the second round. We could go with a safety for the future, but I don't know. Could go corner, I guess, if there's a good one, but this team's drafted so many corners lately, and Darnay Holmes could be good. I mean, there are a lot of corners here. You know what? I think I'm gonna try to trade down unless there are just no good offers, which there typically aren't, but maybe there's one that I can somehow convince myself is worth it. Honestly, that one from the Raiders isn't, like, the worst. Why are the Giants offering us less to trade down an extra spot? I guess the third round pick is projected to be higher, but it probably won't be. Let's trade down with the Raiders. I mean, might as well pick up value where we can. I would sure hope that defensive tackle is still gonna be here. So now, with the 18th overall pick, now we can take Sean Barrett. He is 6'4", 309 pounds, 22 years old, out of Michigan. I'm trying to remember to list off, like, the player profile thing, because there was a long point in time where I would just not do it because I'm stupid. Oh, I didn't even see how ridiculous his pro day is. A defensive tackle that ran a 4.8 flat and put up 41 reps. The combine is more accurate typically, but that pro day makes me a little bit hard, I'm not gonna lie. So let's take him. Hidden dev, 93 strength, 77 speed. This could be a really good pick, or he's just a really good athlete, but either way he has a hidden dev, so I don't know. I think we handled that pretty well. Got the player we wanted, looks good, and traded it down to get value for it. I mean, sometimes I hard throw the first round, but that felt pretty good. And the guy I wanted in the second round is still available, T. Everett. I never checked his combine, but his combine wasn't that great. He's not, I mean, most of his combine was really good, but he's just not very strong. Just doesn't have much power to his game, but his ratings are really good. Has a few A's, few B's. His worst ratings are C's, which is, I guess, a good sign. But T. Everett, he is 6'4", 326, 23 years old, out of UCF. Are there any good UCF linemen in the NFL at all? I have no idea, but let's take him. him. Another hidden dev, not super strong, but that's not terrible. 86 strength. I've seen worse. That's not English. I've seen worse. I've seen linemen with like 77 strength, so we'll definitely take it. He also looks like a very good player. And then with this last pick, I'm just gonna kind of take a flyer. I think Johnny McCain, which sounds like a 1950s fucking villain or something. Or not villain, but like just actor or something. I don't know, but he had a good combine for like a box safety type. I mean, he's pretty quick for like a run support safety. And his ratings aren't anything special, but he has decent tackling ability, decent run defense ability in general. He's a low injury player, which is a surprisingly good sign when you have injuries off, because I mean, he's a player that's falling because he has injuries, which could mean he's a good player outside of the injuries. So I don't know, we'll see. But Johnny McCain, our last pick here, and then I'll simulate the rest out. He is 6 foot 208, 23 years old, left-handed, just like me for real, out of UL Monroe. Weird colleges here, but let's take him. Normal dev, might not be a great player, but could be a decent overall. We'll see. Don't know if we'll get any value for him, but if he's a good enough overall, you never know. We actually had a really solid draft. Sean Barrett, our first pick, is a 73 overall. Good power moves too for more of like a run defender guy, and finesse moves. He's pretty well balanced with pass rush. Obviously really good speed and strength, all that. I don't think he'll go down much at defensive end. He might go down to like a 72, maybe a 71. 72, okay, so I think we will move him out to defensive end where he will start. And then T. Everett was also a really good pick. I guess he'll be our starting left guard this year, and I like that pick a lot too. Johnny McCain isn't like super great at all, but it was the third round. A 69 overall in the third round isn't terrible. And Ted Young, a QB that the CPU drafted with our basically free pick that we got from trading back a little bit. He's a 69 overall, which is not terrible at all. If Daniel Jones doesn't work out, I don't know if Ted Young could necessarily be the replacement, but at least there's somebody there. And then I don't know what the hell the CPU is doing. They picked a 60, he was a 68 at defensive end, but obviously we're not going to play him at defensive end at 6'4", 253 and a 3'4", and he's already 24. That's a lot of numbers, I'm sorry, but yeah, not a great pick. They really didn't do great with the rest of our picks. Does Malik Roach have like a dev? No, he doesn't. Okay, well, not a great draft from the CPU, but we did pretty well, so overall, I'm happy with it. Apparently, these older receivers, just like Isaiah Hodgins or something, Michael Thomas is now mentoring Isaiah Hodgins. We'll definitely take it. Let's go deep route running, I guess. I think that's our scheme, deep threat. I should know by now. I was literally just looking at it because Isaiah Hodgins got an upgrade, but for some reason I can't remember. And we have a training camp standout for Sean Barrett. Definitely want to go rushing the passer, +3 power and finesse. I thought sometimes it gives you +5 each. Did they change that? I don't know. But either way, that's a pretty good upgrade. We'll definitely take it. Well, here's a look at the team heading into year number 2 of the rebuild. We honestly kind of fixed every problem with this team already. I mean, we got a number 1 receiver. We added a good interior offensive lineman. We added another linebacker. We added another defensive lineman. We might still need like a safety for the future, maybe a slot corner, and maybe an edge, but really, I mean, we're looking good. We had a pretty great offseason. It just depends on how this team plays, which is, I guess, the big question. How will this team play? But we do have an 82 overall team. Definitely not too bad. Oh my God, in the preseason, we had 11 points per game. Maybe this offensive playbook isn't the move, but we'll see during the season what happens. So with that, let's get to the midseason point of year number 2, and hopefully we can do pretty well. At the midseason point of year 2, we're doing really well once again. We are 4-2, and I'm glad I didn't change the offensive play, but those are confusing stats. We have the number 9 defense in passing yards per game, the number 3 defense in rushing yards per game, but the 24th scoring defense, when defense wasn't even our problem before. It was our offense that is now number 7, even though we're the number 21 passing offense. Yeah, that makes sense. sense, but overall, we are definitely doing well so far this year. But we do have some re-signings here, and some pretty big ones at that. Did Dexter Lawrence get a contract? I think they were in talks, right? I don't know if he actually got it. That would be awkward if he got, like, traded or something. Oh, no, yeah, he got re-signed. Who am I thinking of Quinnen Williams? Is he, like, not re-signed yet? I don't fucking know. Either way, he's already under contract. We'll go, like, player-friendly or something. Cool. Just pretend he was already on it. And then Xavier McKinney, I do want him back. He's really cheap here. We'll go 5 years, 35 mil. No-brainer there. Adoree Jackson is 27, but at the very worst, he'll be a really good number 3 corner. He is not doing very well this year, though. Last year, he was good. 8 pass deflections is really good for Madden. 3 interceptions, but this year he's not doing, like, good at all. But I guess we'll still re-sign him. He's not that expensive. 3 years, 26.1 mil. He re-signs. If he wasn't interested, I wouldn't have re-signed him, but that wasn't too bad of a contract for us. We still do have a few starters in here with Darnay Holmes. Leonard Williams, I did cut. I'm planning on re-signing him, though. It's just he was very expensive, and I didn't really want that, so I guess we'll re-sign him at the end of the year. And speaking of the end of the year, let's get to the end of year number 2 and see how we can finish once again. All right, well, y'all know why we're here. Super quick, if you have not already, be sure to like and subscribe. 250 likes and 3,300 subs, which I know we can easily hit both of those as long as you listening right now do both of those. I would very much appreciate it. I'll try not to get this rebuild out too late like the last one, so we'll see what happens, but I hope y'all are enjoying so far. But here's a look at the offense. Everett, unfortunately, only has star, but that's what I expected. And Sean Barrett does only have star, but he hit a like second training camp standout thing and got 10,000 XP, which made him go from a 73 or I think it was a 73 and then went to a 76, now up to a 78 throughout the year. So he was a very good rookie, already with 86 power moves. Good lord. Definitely love to see that. But in year number 2, we made the playoffs, finishing 9-8. And let's see some of the season stats. So Daniel Jones was better this year. Not like amazing by Madden standards, but for real life, this would be a really good season. 4,700 yards, 32 touchdowns, 13 picks. That's a little high. The completion percentage still isn't great, but overall, he was a good player. Saquon Barkley had 1,500 yards, 4.9 yards per carry, and 17 touchdowns. Jamal Williams also had 11 touchdowns. Oops, we're not the Jaguars here, but imagine if those all went to Saquon. He would have had 28 touchdowns. That would have been ridiculous. And receiving, Michael Thomas was, of course, our leading receiver, wearing Odell's number 13. I don't know how I feel about that, but 1,500, almost 1,600 yards for him, 13 touchdowns. Isaiah Hodgins, another good year, almost 1,000 yards again, with 9 touchdowns. Darren Waller, 800 yards, only 2 touchdowns, though. Wandale Robinson, 758 yards, only 2 touchdowns. What? Andrew Thomas, a 92, playing up to a 93 overall tackle, allowed 17 sacks. I hate this game more than you could imagine. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. Evan Neal, 16 sacks, combined 33 sacks for our tackle. Whoever said Madden was unrealistic? At least T. Everett was pretty good. Miles Jack led the team with 108 tackles. Tackles for loss, 15 from Lawrence, 13 from Williams, 12 from Thibodeau, 10 from Sean Barrett, who had a very good season. In sacks, Kayvon Thibodeau led the team with 9.5 sacks. Sean Barrett as a rookie with 9. He had a really good year. We'll see if he's up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Dexter Lawrence with only 5.5 this year, not super great. Leonard Williams with 5.5. Azeez Ojulari with only 3. In interceptions, 3 for Deonte Banks led the team. 2 for Miles Jack, Adoree Jackson, Darnay Holmes, Xavier McKinney, and Aaron Robinson. And then 1 for Bobby Okereke. So our stats didn't look that good. I don't know how we made the playoffs. That didn't feel like a good team. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes here. Deshaun Watson at number 2. That's interesting. What team are we? We're the Giants. Why can I not, like, remember that we are the Giants? I normally kind of forget, but not this bad. Cooper Kupp wins Offensive Player of the Year, the white boy, as always. Saquon at number 4. Michael Thomas at number 5. Defensive Player of the Year, as per usual, goes to Aaron Donald. I'm getting flashbacks from last year because they were 7-10 once again. again. No Giants up here, but a lot of division rivals. I mean, Hassan Reddick, Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Brandon Graham, Malcolm Rodriguez on the Commanders. Okay. Don't know how that happened, unless they like cut him or something for some reason. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Tyler DePofi. I don't know what that last name is, but I'm guessing the Bucs' new QB. No Giants up here, didn't expect anyone to be. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Roderick Johnson of the Vikings. Sean Barrett at number 2. That really sucks, honestly. I actually want to see Roderick Johnson. What was his season like? What position? Oh, he was a linebacker. Yeah, that's a pretty good season. 101 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 3 picks. He's from Washington State, so I'll give him the pass, but I don't know if that was better than our guy. It was a good season, but 50 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 9 sacks as a rookie. I don't know, it's close, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. But of course, we are going to be taking on a division rival in the Cowboys at an 85 overall, 11-6. We have a first of many scenario here. Is that what I said? Yeah, always got to play it cool. Y'all know me. No risk, no reward. And it's only year 2, so we're just going to simulate this out. We're not going to jump in and watch it simulate yet. Let's simulate to the next week and see if we can take down the Cowboys. We can. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that because they were definitely the better team with a home game, but we'll take it. And we're going to be taking on the 12-5, but only 81 overall Green Bay Packers. Okay. We have an upgrade for Deonte Banks. He hasn't developed as much as I would hope for yet, but he's still been pretty good. +1 speed. Daniel Jones got +2 speed with 1 upgrade, by the way. So he's up to like 91 speed now or something. Yeah, 91 speed. I mean, he is very fast. We all know that one run of where he just tripped, but the rate at which he was moving during that play was kinda ridiculous. I'm gonna give him like traits because I feel like he should be playing a little better. Traits matter way too much in this game. He has literally like the worst traits possible. Forces passes, aggressive. He had like, what was it? Oblivious, senses pressure. I mean, he's not that, but well, I don't know. So hopefully that'll make him play better. I don't know. I don't feel like it's too cheesy to give him those. I just feel like traits matter way too much and they shouldn't. You know what? To make it fair, I'll give a division rival QB traits. Who's the Communists quarterback? Jacoby Brissett. He's always like broken in this game, so he probably has all of them. Dak probably already has all of them. I guess we'll give Hurts them. He probably also has them, so never mind. Maybe this won't matter. But he doesn't play that. Well, he kind of does play well in this game. Well, I guess they weren't perfect, so now they are. All right, sounds fair to me. Can't wait for him to win MVP every single year. Okay, enough bullshitting around. We have a first of many scenario recap. Give us those sweet and juicy staff points. Thank you very much. Is the assistant GM always the same person, or is there like variation? Can you like hire an assistant GM? Because it's always just that dude. I don't know. Either way, I need to sleep or something. Let's simulate this week and see if we can somehow take down a considerably worse overall team. But they do have the better record. And we do. Okay. We're in the conference championship in only year number 2, and we're going to be taking on the 11-6 Atlanta Falcons. Now, the Falcons are very good in this game. They have Bijan Robinson, who's always a stud. Whatever QB they have in is always a stud. Whether it's Taylor Heineke or Desmond Ridder or whoever, or Carson Wentz like last year, it doesn't matter. They always seem good. We do have a couple upgrades. Kayvon Thibodeau, Cordell Flott. But, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's simulate to the Super Bowl and see if we can beat the Falcons and make the Super Bowl in only year 2. I kind of hope not, almost, but I would take it. Okay, no, it's going to be a Falcons-Chiefs Super Bowl. Interesting. Upgrade for Saquon here. We'll take that. Almost up to a 99 overall already. And, whoa, the Chiefs destroy the Falcons, winning back. Wait, I just realized that. They've won 3 Super Bowls in a row. Obviously, the one in real life, they won against the 49ers here, and now against the Falcons. So they are back-to-back Super Bowl champions. I mean, I would say that's unrealistic, but the Chiefs are really good, so you never know. I don't think that happens, but maybe. And in terms of re-signings here, I don't really think I'm going to want to bring anybody back. Leonard Williams, he's been okay. I just feel like he hasn't been good enough to justify paying him that much money. I mean, he's been good, but we could probably find a fine enough replacement in like the draft or something. Why does he have 128 tackles and no sacks listed? These aren't his stats, are they? These are probably like a linebacker stats or something. Well, I don't know. I don't see a way that he gets on the field that much and doesn't. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna re-sign him though. I'd rather have the money and look elsewhere. He's been fine for us, but we already have 2 good defensive linemen too, so we're good. In free agency though, though, there are definitely some good players. Nobody like insane. I guess maybe Justin Herbert you would consider insane, but we don't really need a QB, maybe? Let me take a look around and see what we want to do here. In free agency, we're not going to go too crazy. The only players I'm going to offer contracts to are Chidobe Awuzie and Ed Oliver. Actually, now that I'm thinking about this, hold on. I'm actually going to go for Grant Delpit too. I forgot we don't really have a free safety. So just in case we can't draft somebody really good, we'll just probably stick Grant Delpit at free safety and see what he can do. But Chidobe Awuzie will come in and be our number one corner and create a very good trio with him, Adoree Jackson, and Deonte Banks. So I'm excited to see that, assuming we can get him, because the other player we're going for, at least the other major player, is going to be Ed Oliver, and the Broncos are very interested in both of these players. So they have potential to big time cuck us for sure. And then Grant Delpit, of course, just kind of insurance. I guess he could start for us even if we do draft a decent safety. We'll see though. But overall, hopefully we can get all these three players. I mean, replacing Leonard Williams with the same overall of a player for like 5 or 6 mil cheaper, also while Ed Oliver is younger, could be a massive W. We'll see. But let's see if any of these players sign. They all sign, and they all sign with us. I didn't expect that. I expected to get Delpit and maybe one of the top two, but we get all three. That's massive. All right, well, here in the draft, that's a weird top three. The Patriots, Vikings, and Dolphins? I mean, unless something catastrophic happens to all three of those teams, I don't know about all that. Those are three pretty decent rosters. But we have the number 29 overall pick this year, of course, because we went pretty far in the playoffs. I was gonna say I don't know what we're gonna do here, like I always do, to be fair, but I do think I know what we want to do. Or do I? I don't know. It's always a surprise. Actually, I don't know what I want to do in the first round, so I lied. I know what I want to do beyond then. To be fair, there's some really fucking good looking defensive linemen, but we just don't need one at all. Even under, what the hell? Kenny Roth? This guy looks like, he looks okay. I was really scared I was gonna accidentally pick him, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know what to do here in the slightest. This corner looks maybe good, but guess what? We literally don't need corner at all. We might just go with the safety, Otis Cross. He doesn't look that good. His coverage isn't good, but he's listed as a zone safety with C zone coverage. That's concerning. And it's not even a free safety he's not even at free safety. It's a C zone coverage relative to like strong safeties. So that's worse. I don't know what to do here, man. Chris Escobar actually looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. All right, hold on. I gotta check one more thing, and then I think we might take Chris Escobar. So there was one receiver I was looking at, Derek Katani, which is a cool name, I guess. Oh, he is really fast. Oh, but he has really bad catching and other route running other than deep route, and bad awareness. But he is out of Washington State, which I didn't even notice the first time. Here, I was gonna say we should trade back, but that safety might be gone. Because with this pick, if I go Katani, then Escobar will definitely be gone with the next pick. If I go Escobar, Katani will probably be gone, but there might be a chance that he would still be available. And do we really need either of them? No. Am I way overthinking this? Yes. But also I want to get as good a value as we can. So there's also a center I want to take, either Mike McNally or Gene Beaver, which is an elite name. I don't care which of the two we get. Both look good. Let's go with the player that's ranked higher in Chris Escobar. I don't know if he's going to be good. He just looks pretty good. He's not fast though. That's the only thing. He's not good in coverage, but he looks really good in run defense. Fuck it. Let's take him. Hidden dev. Okay. He's not fast, but 69 strength. Nice. Now, worst case scenario is the receiver's gone. If he went one pick before us, I would have screamed, but he's still available. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. That might be a bad sign, but he looks good. Derek Katani. He is 6 foot 181, 21 years old, out of Washington State. A deep route. He's really fast. Elite speed. Let's take him. Also hidden dev. 96 speed, which honestly isn't even as fast. Well, it's about as fast as I thought he would be. I thought he would be maybe like 97 or 8, but still looks like hopefully a very good player. Now we have like 50 deep threats. Great. Now with this pick, I'm hoping both of the centers aren't gone, but they might be. God damn it, they are. Well, shit. That definitely makes things tough. Although, no, this guy does. Well, his pass block is good. His run block doesn't look awful. He's a firm maybe. This about to be a 5-hour-long rebuild. Someone just commented rebuild the alliance on one of my videos. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm gonna be honest. I'm missing something there, but let's go Brandon Albright. Elite first name, of course. He's 6'3", 313, 22 years old, out of Bama. He had a good pro day. His combine wasn't great though. He's an okay athlete. I'm just concerned about his run blocking and power, but he also has bad lead block, which is confusing. I don't know, let's take him. He does have hidden, so that might be a good pick. We'll find out. This draft might have worked out better than I thought it would. I don't know if we got like any starters, but to be fair, I don't know what we could have done that would have gotten us starters, so I'm fine with it. Okay, we actually kind of crushed the draft, even though we didn't really even need to, I guess. I guess you always want to, you always need to, but we didn't really need to. Our team is already good. Chris Escobar, our first pick, is a 75 overall. Definitely glad I did this in the order I did it in. Look, I'm not saying I'm the best drafter of all time, but I'm definitely the best drafter of all time. Definitely more of a box safety guy, not a very good cover safety, but looks like he would be pretty good in the box. And Derek Katani, I don't know why teams passed on him. He's a 74 overall with hidden dev. Obviously really good speed, really good deep route running, good spec catch in traffic. Overall, I mean, I was gonna say well-balanced receiver, but then he has 65 medium route running. But if we were smart, we would just use him as like a deep threat. So hopefully, you know, Mikey McDingle is smart enough to do that. We'll see. I'm sure he is because he's the greatest coach to ever live, but we'll find out. And then Brandon Albright is a much better player than I even expected him to be. He's a 72 overall, already a starting caliber right guard, number 32 in the NFL. That was a really good pick for the end of the third, and he really only will go up from here. He obviously has hidden dev, probably just going to be star, but it's definitely better than normal. And then I did take every single pick in this draft. I was just trying to fill out depth. JD Garvin was actually a pretty good pick. He was a 70 overall at outside linebacker, went down to a 68, was a projected UDFA, but I was like, hey, he had like A tackle, A pursuit, B zone coverage, which is a fucking 59, I don't know. But that was a pretty good value pick for the almost end of the fourth round. Keon Richmond, I mean, we didn't really get great players here, but I was just trying to fill out depth and not get great players. Also, Teron Bass, this corner, was a potential first to second rounder. Definitely not. I see why he fell to the 7th round. I was just like, he looks like shit. He had a terrible combine and was F or D for like every single rating, and I understand why. He's not good. But overall, we had a very good draft. I'm very much happy with it. Why is the Steelers logo so small up there at the top? I mean, look at it compared to the Titans. It's literally almost smaller than the like circle around the T in the Titans logo. Am I crazy? Is it always like that? That looks so weird. That looks so out of place. Maybe I'm crazy. I probably am. Wow, we're actually mentoring a different receiver this year. It's gonna be Wan'Dale Robinson. I think our scheme is playmaker. I think that final offer is what it is. So we'll go +3 juke move for him. That's not like that crazy of an upgrade that's on it. I might just never go playmaker and just go with like one of the route running ones, because what would you rather have, +3 juke move for a receiver or plus like 2 release in 2 of a type of route? Like, I don't know. It's kind of a no-brainer. But Sean Barrett, hold on. He's getting another camp standout. We're gonna go rushing the passer. I think that's gonna get him almost up to 90 power moves. I think it's 89, but that's ridiculous for only year number 2 of his career. Yeah, 89 power moves. He's a really good player, I'm not gonna lie. All right, well, here is a look at the team heading into year number 3 of the rebuild. Already a very good looking team, a really young team still. I mean, the average of our offense, I mean, it definitely gets brought up by Darren Waller and Michael Thomas, but it's overall still a really young offense. Still iffy on the playbook here. I mean, it's been good, but that first year, typically if it shows flashes of being bad, it might not be the best. I don't know. We'll see what happens though. Did add a couple rookies on offense here, so we'll see how they do in Albright and Katani. And then on the defensive side of the ball, did make a couple additions here for sure. We added Chidobe Awuzie, Ed Oliver, and Grant Delpit. 3 typical faces if you've seen my rebuilds before, I do get them a lot, more specifically Ed Oliver and Chidobe Awuzie, not so much Grant Delpit, but I used to get him a ton. And we also added Chris Escobar. We'll see what we can get from him in year 1. I might play him as like the 3rd sub linebacker or something. I might do something weird with him, we'll see. But our defense and our whole team in general is looking very nice. We're an 85 overall. I still need to rearrange the depth chart, although it doesn't look too bad. But with that, let's get to the mid-season point of year number 3, and hopefully we can have another winning record. But now that I said that, we're gonna be 2-5. We'll see. All right, well, I didn't expect us to be that good, but we are 6-1 at the mid-season point of year 3. Now we have some upgrades here. Who are we gonna have? Probably everybody. Yeah, it looks like almost everybody. But we also have some re-signings here, obviously. Who is it gonna be? Oh, well, I was gonna say a good amount of starters, but it's not too many. Just an, I guess, important one, but I don't know that he is that important here. He's been pretty awful. Of course, he's doing well this year, but I don't know how much we trust that. We'll offer him neutral, 5 years, 114 mil, and he takes it. Don't know how I feel about that, but it's a thing. And then Bobby Okereke will re-sign. If he takes this, 4 years, 34. We can afford to bump it a little bit. I'll drop it a little bit from that. 5 years, 47.5 mil. He takes it. And we don't have much money left to work with. Aziz Ojulari's done nothing so far. He's not a great scheme fit here. I think everyone else will probably let go. I mean, it's just a bunch of depth players. So with that, let's get to the end of year number 3 and see how we can finish. I feel like we've had a 15-2 season in literally like every one of the last 3 or 4 rebuilds I've done. But in year number 3, we go 15-2. I'm realizing I probably should have done the whole suspense thing before I revealed our record this year, but be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, of course. 250 likes. I don't know why you've made it all the way here without doing both of those, because clearly you enjoyed it a little bit. Unless you're asleep, then thank you for boosting my watch time. I appreciate it. But let's check out how the team did in terms of stats. Daniel Jones was very good. Maybe it was a bit cheesy to up his sliders. No, his traits. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm gonna cut it out, but I literally just sat here for like 20 seconds in silence trying to think of the word. I need to go to sleep. But almost 5,000 yards for him, 42 touchdowns, and only 6 picks, 70% completion percentage. He was very good. Saquon Barkley finished with 1,600 yards, 4.9 yards per carry, 15 touchdowns. Jamal Williams with 11 touchdowns. Not as good of yards per carry this year, but still stole a lot of touchdowns, so at least someone got him. Michael Thomas finished with almost 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. Wan'Dale Robinson, 1,150 and 9 touchdowns. Derek Katani as a rookie with 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Decent season. Darren Waller just under 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. And even Saquon had 500 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. So it looks like he hit like 2,100 yards this year and 19 touchdowns. Could be offensive player of the year. We'll see. At least close. Andrew Thomas was bad again. Evan Neal wasn't great. T. Everett was fine. John Michael Schmitz was fine. And Brandon Albright was decent. He was pretty good, actually. Just not great offensive line play, even though it is a really good average overall, especially with fucking Andrew Thomas, one of the best left tackles in the NFL, playing terribly here. If an NFL offensive lineman allowed an average of like 13 sacks a year, it doesn't matter who you are, you're probably getting cut. You're not even being kept around as a backup. You're getting cut if you're that bad. But Bobby Okereke led the team with 123 tackles for loss. We had 14 for Dexter Lawrence, and then not much outside of him. But sacks, Kayvon Thibodeau with 16. I guess I'm kind of proving here that sliders matter way too much, or traits matter way too much, because I did give him good traits. I don't remember if I showed that or not, but should I take him away? Dude, I don't know. He could be playing like this in real life anyway, so I feel like it's realistic. It's just like, why the fuck do they matter so much? I feel like overall should be a better representer of how they play rather than their traits, because traits, that's just like different overall. That's like overall put in a different way. You know what I mean? Like that could, the trait things could be a rating. Wait, that's actually so stupid now that I think about it. Like there's the bull rush trait. Wouldn't that just be power moves? There's the swim move trait. Wouldn't that just be finesse moves? High motor, I guess that would be like awareness or something. Big hitter, that would just be hit power. Like what's the point of traits? Why not just have overall do the same thing? That's so stupid now that I think about it. And it's stupid that it matters more than then overall. At that point, what is the point of overall? I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand it. But Kayvon Thibodeau had a really good year, 16 sacks. Cool. Ed Oliver with only 6.5, only 6 for Lawrence and 6 for Sean Barrett. Not great for most of our D-line. And where the... Aziz Ojulari with half a sack. That's great. Interceptions, we had 4 for Bobby Okereke, 3 for Xavier McKinney and Adoree Jackson, 2 for Deontay Banks and Chidobe Awuzie, and then 1 for Kayvon Thibodeau and Grant Delpit. So, frustrating season, but it was a very good season. I mean, the season itself wasn't frustrating. I'm just frustrated that traits matter so much. Look who was number 2. I guess he didn't win it here, but Jalen Hurts, someone I gave trait, is at number 2. Daniel Jones, someone I gave traits, is at number 3 for MVP. It's really dumb. What? Josh Dobbs at number... Marcus Mariota at number 8. This game, burn the game down, please. No, don't burn anything down, but dude, this game is so ass. It's so bad. I need to see what Josh Dobbs did. Before I forget, I'm gonna check right now. What is this game? Just a casual 5,300 yards, 41 touchdowns, 11 picks for Joshua Dobbs. I mean, he was okay when he came in for the Titans, but nowhere in the stratosphere of this kind of season. Didn't even sniff that kind of season. God, I love this game. Cooper Kupp, for literally the 3rd year in a row, wins Offensive Player of the Year. Saquon at number 2. Offensive Player of the Year typically seems to be a little tame. I mean, they're pretty much all realistic players, other than maybe Daniel Jones, but you never know in the future. Could be up there. And I guess Michael Gallup, but he was really good when he played for the Cowboys like 2 years ago. So I don't know. Defensive Player of the Year goes to like 35-year-old Shaq Barrett, which, you know, I don't want to disrespect him, obviously. He's a very good player. I actually think he's very underrated at this point in time. I feel like people really sleep on him, but he could have another like really good bounce back year for the Buccaneers, assuming, you know, like what happened to his daughter and everything doesn't, you know, affect him, which I wouldn't blame him for that. I probably would step away from football entirely if something like that happened, but I don't know. Kayvon Thibodeau at number 3. Wish he could have won that, but it is what it is. Zach Sealer up there. That's interesting. Oh wait, I almost missed Bobby Okereke. He was up there at number 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Derek Katani. I didn't expect that. He was solid, but I thought there would be some kind of QB that would outplay him or something. God, I hate that face so much. It's so terrifying. I don't know who it looks like, but it looks like somebody to me. That might be the worst face in the game. No, the worst faces are probably like the 50-year-old dude looking one. Like that one. I don't know. There's some terrible ones. And then Timmy Carroll, Pete Carroll's son, definitely looks like he could be. Wins Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Seahawks. That's interesting. Oh, and some guy named Cummings at number 2. That's great. Would we have anyone up here? I don't think we really could. Well, we could if that safety was up here, but no, nobody up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So I don't know how I feel about this season. We were very good, but also like it was frustrating because some of the players that should have done well didn't, and I'm just annoyed that traits matter so much. But it is what it is. Let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. Also, I've regained my habit entirely of saying it is what it is about 50 times each rebuild. I knew it. I knew it was going to be the Cowboys. I don't know why I knew it was going to be the Cowboys, but I did. I should have said it's probably going to be the Cowboys because I would have been right. Maybe I did. Did I? No, I don't think I did. But it's going to be the division rival Dallas Cowboys once again. I feel like we always play them in the playoffs for some reason, and they're always like 9-8 or 8-9. Like they're never good, but we always play them, and typically we lose, but we did beat them the last time. We'll see what happens this time. We are going to jump in though. So with that, let's see if we can take down the Cowboys. All right, well, here we go in the divisional against the Dallas Cowboys. Our division rivals, of course, fitting that we're facing them in the divisional, but let's simulate this game out and see if we can somehow get a win. I always low-key love not having to play the wild card game. We go up early 7-0, 10-0 now. The Cowboys do finally put up a field goal, but we put up another touchdown, but they match it with a touchdown, but we match it with another touchdown, but they match it with another touchdown. Very high-scoring game so far. We are up by 10. Now they score a touchdown. We're only up by 3, and they take the lead in the fourth quarter. We do take it back, but they kick a field goal, and that's going to send it to overtime, and it looks like they're going to get a field goal, but we're going to get a touchdown. That was a chaotic game. That was a lot to commentate, and that was too quick, but we survived, barely. Daniel Jones passing almost 500 yards, 69% completion percentage. Nice. I'm starting to feel a little bad that I upped his traits, but also, if Madden didn't want me to up the trait, then they shouldn't have made traits a thing. They should have just made overall matter, which would make more sense, but apparently not. I don't know. Obviously, I'm just talking about simulation it matters in. In actual play, obviously overall matters, but I feel the need to clarify things like that because sometimes they're not very smart people in my comment, but that's okay. I'm not smart either, but sometimes the people are a different different level. We'll just say that. But with a win against the Cowboys, we're on to the conference championship. So let's see who we're going to be taking on there. The 9-8 Carolina Panthers, the last team I rebuilt. I'm sure Bryce Young is having a stellar career here. God, it's so weird to see Josh Dobbs up there with fucking Patrick Mahomes and Mac Jones up there too, which Mac Jones I feel like is very slept on at this point. He had one not great year in a horrid offense, and everyone was like, oh, he sucks. No, I don't think he sucks. I think Matt Patricia sucks. I think Mac Jones will rebound this year. We'll see though. I don't know. Either way, I'm way off topic. Let's jump in against the Panthers, and hopefully we can be on to the Super Bowl. But as we all know, we have the better overall, but overall doesn't matter. I just noticed something. Hold on. Chris Escobar is listed in our top 3 there. Chris Escobar has Superstar X Factor. We definitely need to start him next year. I did not expect that. I just immediately assumed he would have star. I don't know why, but we'll definitely take that. Okay, now let's jump in against the Panthers. All right, here we go in the conference championship. The announcer's so loud for me, even more than usual. I don't know why, but let's simulate this game out against the Panthers, and hopefully we can get a win at home against a much worse team. However, I doubt it. The Panthers go up early 7-0, but we do tie it. We get a touchdown, but miss the extra point. That looked weird, though. Did we get like 2 field goals back to back? I don't know. But we're up 23-10 in the second quarter. Now in the third quarter, they put up a field goal, but we are still up 30-13 now. Definitely crushing them, but they get a field goal. We are still up by 2 touchdowns, though. But they get a touchdown. That was scary. It looked like they got a touchdown and then had the ball way deep in our territory all of a sudden, but we're good. We're chilling. We win 30-23. This feels like being a Seahawks fan or something. Like getting a big lead early and then having the other team slowly creep back. This is gonna give me a heart attack, dude. I'm telling y'all, the Seahawks are gonna give me like heart problems in the future. I'm being dead ass. They probably will. 2 pretty big upgrades for offensive line. I mean, does the overall matter? Again, I don't know. Apparently not, but we'll take it. And with that, let's see who we're gonna be taking on in the Super Bowl. The Cincinnati Bengals. Ooh, that would be, I'm gonna be honest, that would low-key be a really fun Super Bowl. Look, if I couldn't have the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, that might be at the top of the list. I don't know why, but this just seems really fun to me. For some reason. I couldn't really tell you why. That just seems fun. But before we jump in, we have some upgrades here. Lots of upgrades, honestly. Daniel Jones, T. Everett, Derek Katani. I keep wanting to say Kanati. I don't know. Couldn't really tell you why. And before we jump in, we have a Super Bowl Media Day. I guess it's just the beginning because we still have another year, but I wouldn't say it's the beginning. I would say it's like the middle, I guess, or second half, right? I don't know. And then hot opponent, always gotta be confident. +10 everything for both teams. I mean, we do have a better overall team. It's not by a lot, but we do have a much better record. Again, does overall mean anything? No. But we do definitely have the better roster, I will say that. At least more complete. I mean, they have better, like, superstar players, but our team is definitely more complete. All right, well, here we go in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, would it be 60? 59? I don't know. The Super Bowl of all time. But let's simulate this game out, and hopefully we can get a win. We go up early 7-0. The Bengals have the ball, and they score way quicker than we did, but we got the ball deep and didn't score. They kick a field goal, and we are going to match that field goal. They score another field goal. They have the lead at half, and they kick another field goal. Thankfully, it wasn't a touchdown. We do take the lead with a touchdown, and we score another one, but they get a touchdown and go for 2 and don't get it. We need to score, but it doesn't matter. We win the Super Bowl here, 24-22, and now this rebuild is already a success. All you need to do is just cheese the game and up the fucking traits that shouldn't matter, but they matter literally more than anything else here. Cool. I don't know why I just skipped the rest of that. I mean, I could have watched it, but also I'm a little salty. Little bit. There's a little bit of sodium flowing through my veins right now, you know what I'm saying? But hey, we get a Super Bowl win, so that makes everything better, right? I would like to think so. Ooh, we get a recap for the hot opponent. I can't wait to get all that extra morale for who we're gonna be taking on in the staff week. What does this do? What's the point? Let's go. I'm glad we could reward your faith, coach. Oh, like faith in the team. I thought he was like, I thought we were about to get like religious or something. I don't know what the fuck happened, but cool. Mikey McDingle praised Allah and we won a Super Bowl because of it. Let's go. Mikey McDingle is our true Lord and Savior. For real. No cap. Dog, I need to go to bed. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. What the hell? Xavier McKinney was at a 90 overall from the morale and I spent an upgrade and he went went to an 88. All right, fuck you too then, Madden. Damn. All right, well, we're not going to make any re-signings here. We don't really need any of these players back. I mean, Aziz Ojulari's done nothing for us. Yeah, it's just all backup here. So, hey, with that, we're good to get into free agency. I don't know what we need, but maybe we can find some kind of upgrade. We'll find out. Okay, so, of course, we're going to try to make this a quick year number 4 because this rebuild's already a success. We won a Super Bowl, but we're going to try to upgrade maybe the last, like, missing piece on this team. I can't wait to be worse this year. It's going to be super fun. But Matt Judon is who we're going to be going for. We do have the lead. He's like the only okay pass rusher, or power rusher at least, available. Unless there's a defensive end? No, there isn't. Well, I mean, there's Cam Jordan, but he makes 0 sense as a 3-4 outside linebacker, so that's not going to happen. But Matt Judon, we obviously want to try to bring him in. He plays pretty well in this game from what I remember, so that would be nice. He has X Factor, which is cool, I guess. And then Michael Carter, just to be our backup running back. I think we had the cornerback last year too. I think it was only on a 1 year, so yeah, he's back in free agency and we can't really afford him, but it would be kind of fun to get both. I kind of do want to, but we have $100,000 left, so it's not ideal. But with that, let's see if either of these two players sign. So we do get Matt Judon. Okay, I was kind of worried we wouldn't, and if we didn't, that would be kind of tough because we wouldn't really have another option there. We would have to hope and pray that someone would be available in the draft. Ooh, Kyle Pitts went to the Titans. That's kind of fun. I honestly did consider cutting Darren Waller to try to go for Kyle Pitts because, you know, Kyle Pitts younger, already a better overall, and cost about as much. He was only like 13 mil a year or something. I guess it looks like he's getting more from the Titans, but, or well, not really. That's like 13.2-ish per year or something, so maybe that would have been a good move, but I don't know if Giants fans would have loved me cutting Darren Waller. I don't know. Jalen Waddle to the Patriots, Joe Mixon to the Panthers, Aaron Jones to the Bills. Interesting things happening here. I said I was going to make this quick, and then I'm wasting a ton of time. Let's see if Michael Carter wants to sign, and now the Broncos are interested, so that's not going to happen. Different Jets running back. Wait, hold on. I get two players mixed up. Hold on. Okay, yeah, Jets running back. I get him and Zamir White from the Raiders mixed up because they're both running backs. They were both in the same draft. Both of their first names start with a Z, and their last names rhyme, so that's not super fun. But Zonovan Knight, different Jets running back. Let's see if he signs. He does. Okay, good free agency for not having much money available. That worked. All right, well, in the draft, the Detroit Lions have the #1 overall pick. For some reason, I just didn't even register in my brain that we would have the number 32 overall pick. For some reason, I thought it would be better, not even considering the fact that we just won the Super Bowl, but I'm stupid. Y'all know that. Let's simulate to our pick. And I think I know what I want to do here, but the question is, will there be anyone available? Okay, the guy I wanted is gone. Unfortunate. So now I don't know what I want to do, but I never know what I want to do. So there isn't really much different. Is there like a really, really good looking receiver? Not really. We could go with a linebacker, I guess. Would that be a good pick? I don't know. Chuck Aldridge looks really good though. Good run defender, it looks like. Good zone coverage, good awareness. Do we need linebacker? No. Do we need anything else? Not really. So he might have to be the pick unless we want to go like, I don't know. Corner? We don't really need corner. D-line? I guess we maybe need depth there. I do. At least this guy would be the number 3 linebacker. So we could also go with a tight end, but we don't really need a tight end. Ooh, whoa. Is this guy fast? Probably not. Oh, he is. This is going to be our 2nd round pick, I think. Although his spec catch isn't good, so I don't know. We'll see. But with that, we are going to go Chuck Aldridge. He's 6 foot, 241, 22 years old, left-handed, just like me for real. Out of Miami. Hidden dev, 88 speed. Not necessary, but good value regardless. And now, what was I going to do? Tight end? I'm already changing my mind because, like, I don't know. All right, let's go Doug Meredith, 6'5", 251, 22 years old, out of Penn State. Obviously, pretty good combine, decently fast. I mean, his receiving ratings look really good other than spec catch, but he looks like he could be a good blocker. A run block finesse. All of his blocking stats have the potential to be an A, I guess, except his impact blocking. I don't know. And I guess his run block power is a B. But let's take him. Hidden dev, 84 speed. That's a good number 2 tight end. That's what I can say about him. And now I guess I'll start looking at a backup edge. I mean, it's not gonna matter anyways. I don't think we're gonna find anyone good here, but might as well try. This guy's, oh, never mind. I'm stupid. I guess let's go with Chris McDaniels. Definitely not good. I actually don't think we're gonna go with him. He's not even really worth taking, I don't think. I'd rather just not take an edge. That might be the better move. move. Let's go Grayson Mays. If you take out some of the letters in his name, you get the word gaze, and I think that's pretty funny. Let's take. He does have hidden dev and 69 speed and 69 agility. If he's not a 99 overall, I'm gonna be disappointed. Or if he's a 69 overall, we're gonna have to start him, like, genuinely. We'll see. I'm simming the rest out. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know if it's luck or what, but I feel like I've gotten pretty decent at drafting recently. When I actually try, I can do pretty well with drafting. It's just, do I feel like searching through every player all the time? Not necessarily. But this draft isn't anything like flashy, obviously, like 373 overalls, but you gotta remember, it's the last pick in each round. Like, we didn't have great picks. Chuck Aldridge is a 73 overall, looking pretty good. Has plus 10 tackle and play rec, which is confusing because he wasn't even part of the team when we won the Super Bowl, but fair enough, Madden. Doug Meredith is a 73 overall as well. Should be a really good number 2 tight end. Not that we even needed a number 2 tight end because we had Daniel Bellinger, but it definitely doesn't hurt. And then Grayson Mays is also a 73 overall, obviously. I put him at tackle just because, I mean, that's a scheme fit pass protector, and I guess he has a tackle build 6'5", 298. That's a little thin, but it'll work. It's Madden. Who cares? He's a backup anyways, so it is what it is. Looks like a really good player. And hey, if I started him, might even perform better than Andrew Thomas has been doing for us. I don't really know. And then the CPU did pretty well. 368 overalls. Ryan Morey was a 67 outside linebacker. I moved him into middle linebacker. He goes down to a 6'5". So overall, considering we didn't need to do anything, this was a really good draft. All right, well, here is a look at the team heading into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. We've built a disgusting roster. I haven't even mentioned that we got a few dev ups this last year. Daniel Jones went up to superstar dev. I think Michael Thomas went up to superstar. I don't think he had. I'm pretty sure he went up to superstar. And Katani went up to superstar for winning offensive rookie of the year. I was surprised he won offensive rookie of the year because he was fine, but not amazing, but we'll definitely take it. Of course, Saquon at a pure 99, Daniel Jones at an 81, Darren Waller still around a 90, Andrew Thomas, even though he's been kind of terrible, is a 94 overall, Michael Thomas at an 89. This offense is looking very nice. And then on defense, we're also looking very good here. We have Dexter Lawrence playing up to a 97 with morale. We have Chris Escobar, was that his name? Yeah, with superstar X Factor just randomly. So we'll see what he can become at strong safety. He's going to start this year. I moved McKinney over to free safety, and I guess I don't know what the hell we're going to do with Delpit, honestly. We might play him as like a backup slot corner. Yeah, that's what the CPU decided to put him at, so that makes sense. Chidobe Awuzie at an 88, Kayvon Thibodeau up to an 86 with morale, Banks at an 85. We picked up Matt Judon this offseason, so overall, the team in general is looking very good. But with that, I'll rearrange the specialists and all that, but I'm just excited to see how this team can do, so let's get to the end of year number 4, and hopefully we can not miss the playoff, but we'll see. We probably will. All right, well, here's a look at the team at the end of the 4th and final year of the rebuild. We have Daniel Jones playing with +4 morale up to an 86. We have Doug Meredith with superstar dev. We'll definitely take that. I mean, that doesn't really help, but I guess he gets on the field a little bit. And then here's a look at the defense, but of course, if you have not liked and subscribed yet, what are you doing? You've made it all the way here. Be sure to do it. It helps out a ton. 250 likes, 3,300 subs, and I will be very happy. And if you do both of those, we will easily hit the goals. So I'd appreciate it very much. But in year number 4, we went 13-4. Now, I'm going to be honest, when I first saw this screen, I thought we missed the playoffs. I am not going to lie, but we had a very good record. Our points per game weren't great. We were 2nd in offense, but 11th in defense. So not the best in the world, but it is what it is. Daniel Jones had a pretty good year. 4,600 yards, 38 touchdowns, but 18 picks is a lot. 69% completion percentage. Nice. Good Lord. Saquon Barkley, almost 1,800 yards, 5.6 yards per carry, 19 touchdowns. Goddamn. We had 3 1,000-yard receivers. Wan'Dale Robinson with 1,300 yards, only 5 touchdowns. Derek Katani with 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. And Michael Thomas with 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. And then Darren Waller, 700 yards and 11 touchdowns. Lots of 7s and 11s there. Blocking, not receiving. I just woke up. Evan Neal was horrid. Andrew Thomas was bad. John Michael Schmitz was fine. Brandon Albright was fine. And T. Everett was very good, only allowing 1 sack. And then for defense, Miles Jack led the team with 128 tackles. Bobby Okereke with 122. Tackles for loss, 14 for Thibodeau. Thibodeau, 12 for Lawrence, and 10 for Judon. And then sacks, 11 for Dexter Lawrence led the team. Sean Barrett with 10, only 6.5 from Matt Judon, and only 5 from Kayvon Thibodeau. How do you go from 16 to 5 in 1 year? He played like almost full snaps. It's not like he didn't get many opportunities. He just wasn't that good. And then only 4 sacks from Ed Oliver, but it looks like he didn't play a whole ton. Did play 600 snaps, so I don't know. And then interceptions, 5 for Adoree Jackson, 4 for Miles Jack, 3 for Bobby Okereke, 2 for Xavier McKinney and Deonte Banks, and then 1 for a few players. Went all the way down in order there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But yearly awards, oh my god. MVP goes to Mac Jones on the 8 and 9 Patriots. Number 2 is a new quarterback for the Broncos who went 7 and 10. That's fun. I love this game. It's a lot of new QBs here and just overall fucking weird ones. But no Danny Dimes in there, unfortunately. Offensive player of the year goes to Joe Mixon on the Panthers. Okay. Zeke's below him, but Saquon at number 4 is what I meant to say. At least it's finally not the white boy Cooper Kupp winning it. Defensive player of the year went to Nick Bosa. Miles Jack at number 9. I'm kind of surprised Adoree isn't up there, but I guess it's just really hard for a corner to get up there. Wyatt Herbert of the Seahawks wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Dennis Burgess at number 9. Is that like our 3rd string running back? Okay. And then James Driver of the Falcons wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. My voice went out there. That was super cool. Lots of Falcons up there. But overall, I mean, we had a good season. Some things were a bit iffy. I wish Thibodeau played better. I wish our tackles played better. I don't really understand how we had that many wins because some players did pretty poorly, but it looks like just a lot of interceptions from our defense and a lot of receiving yards and a lot of rushing yards from Saquon. But let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. It's going to be the 11 and 6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they're an 87 overall. They are not a bad team at all. We do have some upgrades before we get in here. One for Deonte Banks. Always got to go slot. Remember, kids, always go slot upgrade for your corners if you want man I don't think that gave him any man coverage, but you know what I mean. It might have given him one. I didn't see it. It looks like Chris Godwin had himself a season. 127 catches, 1877 yards, and 14 touchdowns. Good Lord. But with that, let's jump in against the Buccaneers, and hopefully we can get a win. Ah, yes, Patrick Mahomes. There we go. Here we go in the divisional, though. Of course, a home game for us. We're in MetLife Stadium. It doesn't matter in Madden. Oh my God, the Bills beat the Colts 52-13 at the bottom there, but let's just simulate this game out, and hopefully we can get a win. We go up early 7-0. The Buccaneers get a field goal, though. We get another touchdown, though. We're up 14-3. Not a whole lot of scoring. We do get another touchdown, though. We're up 21-3. The Bucs aren't really doing anything on offense. It looks like they are going to score now. They get a field goal and a touchdown. Okay, it's getting a little scary, but we get a field goal. We're up 24-13 in the 4th quarter. They get a touchdown. It made it 24-19. Got a little scary, but we still got a win. This really just feels like being a Seahawks fan. Dead ass, bro. I'm genuinely like scarred from the Seahawks-Titans game like 2 years ago. I remember watching it at a restaurant and just slowly seeing the Titans creep back. It was great. But we obviously get a win here. We're on to the conference championship, and let's see who we're gonna play. Hopefully we have some upgrades too. Those are always nice. It's gonna be the Carolina Panthers for like the millionth time. Have we taken them on in every playoff run in this rebuild? I feel like we have, but they went 12-5. Oh, we have an upgrade for Daniel Jones and DJ Davidson. League-altering upgrade there, but big one for Daniel Jones. And we have a playoff blizzard. Don't know how I feel about that. I don't know who that's more of an advantage for. I guess us, but I don't know. Thank you, Michael Thomas. Very cool. Ooh, he just spun around without moving his feet. That was scary. Minus like all movement abilities. It's gonna be tough, but hopefully we can get a win. Let's jump in against the Panthers though, and let's see if we can take them down. Do I doubt it? A little bit, but we'll see. We have home field advantage. We have a much better team, so I can't wait to lose. I mean, hell, I would have preferred to lose to the Bucs than lose this one, because at least they were only 1 overall behind us. But here we go in the conference championship. I complain so much, but also I don't care. If you care, then I don't know what to tell you. But let's jump to the end of the game and see if we can get a win. It looks like we go up early 7-0. They do match it though, 7-7. We get another touchdown though, but the Panthers get a field goal. We're up 14-10. We get a field goal and they get a touchdown to tie it heading into half at 17-17. They take the lead 24-17, and they're going to take an even bigger one, 31-17, 38. Okay, we're not going to come back from this. We do get a touchdown, but it is much too little too late as we go out to a much worse team and we get smoked by them 48-20, 32, whatever the score was. It doesn't matter. This game is fucking stupid. I'll say it once, I've said it a million times, overall does not matter in this game, for whatever reason, at least in simulation. But of course, that's gonna be the end of today's rebuild. We built a very good team once again, up to an 88 overall now, 89 offense, 88 defense, Saquon up to a 99. Overall, the team is looking very, very good. Here's one last look at the defense too, but of course, for like the millionth time, if you haven't already for some reason, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you want to get notified whenever I upload. If you enjoy listening to my stupid ass voice that much, I would very much appreciate it. And also let me know what team to do next for a shout out in the next rebuild. I'll even drop you a sub, man. I don't know. Trying to grow the channel, of course. I'm very happy with how all these videos have been doing. I'm glad y'all have been enjoying them so much. But with that, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.